Jatem Ross, how are you?
I'm good.
When your neighbor is a stranger. You had a question up there. Did you get a good answer? What was your question?
Basically, my question was, so they began the discussion by saying how much money was being made off of privatization of prisons, and then they ended the conversation by saying how much it cost to actually maintain a prisoner for 1 year, something like $35,000. So I was wondering what was the actual profit that was being made from privatization of prisons, because it must be something astronomical if it's costing $35,000 a year to keep one prisoner. So I was just curious to know that number. But more than that, I was curious to know what were the strategies that were being taken to actually make that money. And I know that's
lobbying. For one, politicians get lobbied by lobbyists who the prison industrial system hires to go to the state capital, to the nation's capital. They put money in, they wine and dine politicians.
Okay.
The number's high, too.
And this nation incarcerates, let me ask you, what do you think? This nation incarcerates more inmates than any country in the world. And 44% of them are black male, when black Americans only make up 13.6% of the population.
Yeah, so I know there's probably more than one way that they're making money off these human beings, but I never hear it talked about. But I know there's a lot of...
So that's a good thing that happened tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely. They actually didn't get to the point of answering that specific part of my question, and I didn't expect them to. It was kind of a long-winded answer. But there are a few... Someone told me here that there's a documentary that actually talks about that. Something like the billions made off the prison industrial complex. It's a CNBC documentary.
I presume it's a Googleable fact.
Exactly. I wrote it down. I'm going to go check it out. And then there's a great book by Michelle Alexander who speaks extensively.
She came up with it, but yeah, the new Jim Crow.
Yeah.
But this topic has been, and people have been researching it long before she even came on the scene.
Oh yeah.
Especially here in the state of Maryland, some pretty. I mean, Maryland is no. If you think back to prisons in the black codes, they go back to slavery.
Yeah.
They look for many reasons to arrest black people.
Oh, yeah.
Freed blacks. Baltimore, D.C. were two of the largest populations of free blacks in the country.
Okay.
A lot of history, yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a book, what's it called? It basically talks about slavery of another name.
By a different name.
Slavery by a different name. That's
and PBS did a documentary on it.
I think so, yeah. So it's a really interesting topic.
Good deal. Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.